Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the H-Train Show, where our only mission is so programs out there beyond the VA. Choo!
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We begin on the tracks, rails stretching beyond the horizon. Each tie a memory, each rail a promise of where we might go. In the early years, our first logo appeared, a pioneer stepping onto the platform of possibility. Through seasons of growth, change, and challenge, we moved forward. The whistle of opportunity sounded, and we boarded the train of time. The view changed with every mile, some stations brief, others lasting. Our logos changed too, not just emblems, but mile markers of evolution. Along the way, seats filled with teammates, mentors, veterans, and friends. Some stayed for the ride, others stepped off, leaving their legacy on the rails behind us. And still, the journey continues. The tracks ahead stretch into the unknown, familiar yet full of new promise. What matters most is how we travel, with purpose, with grit, with heart. Because the journey matters, the movement matters, and the legacy of those logos, every year, every show, lives on in the rhythm of these rails. So here we are once again, all aboard. The whistle blows, the tracks call. Together we ride. We are the H-Train Show, showing veterans programs beyond the VA since 2015. H is in the building now.
Let's go! Strap in, this one's for the fighters! I took the oath. 20 years I gave my soul. Sandstorms, fire, a roadside blast. Everything I knew shattered fast.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo!
Drowning in turmoil, 15 meds, mine in a haze. Living felt like a permanent dead. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. Voice of the broken, thunder in my chest. With the freedom fighters rising from the wreck. Parents pulled me from the edge of night, pushed me forward back into the light. Ski boots on, carving through pain. Found my fire on that frozen terrain. Said I was too old to beat the race, so I trained like hell, put them in their place. From slurred words to a podium stand, yeah, I'm racing with lightning in my hand. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. From Kokomo to Olympic slopes, we're the freedom fighters born to cope. Now I take the mic, not a rifle. Broadcast truth, yeah, that's survival. Paralyzed, but still I lead. With every word we plant a seed. Still standing, warriors loud. Can't break us, we screaming proud. Not wounded, we're on the attack. Freedom fighters, and we're taking it back. Freedom fighters, yeah. Keep rising.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Red Friday, May 15th, 2026, broadcasting from Kokomo, Indiana, my hometown, along with my eye candy coach, Amber, from Into
Good
the
morning.
Week.
Good
So,
morning, everybody.
So I tell you what, I'm learning I'm learning new things about this mixer every day.
I bet
So,
you are.
oh my gosh, I am. All right. So, Amber, before we get started,
Yeah.
happy belated Mother's Day. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
What did you do for Mother's Day?
I went to my favorite pub. It's like a restaurant pub, and got some really good food, and went to church. I'm boring, so I don't really do much. I'm very boring.
Well, you guys, where'd you guys go to eat dinner or lunch at?
Well, it's called the Highland Pub, and it's in
Oh,
Camdenton, Missouri. And
okay. All
they've
right.
got Highland cows all over the place, so I love them.
There you go. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they're the shout out qualified for you for free meal. You know.
Oh, I would love that. It's actually my favorite restaurant in the area.
So I tell you what, I'm learning new things. I'm learning new things every day. And I kind of share them. And you'll probably laugh at this, before we get started. But so when you're 40, you got to be careful where you sneeze, how you sneeze, or be careful how you stretch or where you stretch, because
Yeah.
somehow I pulled my shoulder or something, right? So I'm got
Yep.
a little bit of pain. Well, I'm thinking, well, I hear I'm in a small town. I still consider Kokomo a pretty small town, but I'm here in this small town, and I'm like looking around and like there's not very many massage parlors, massage like Envy and stuff like that.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh crap. All right. So then I call one of them that I've been following for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and she donated her services to Buddy Bowl, so that's where I was gonna go. And
Did you say butt bowl?
she can see me today. She Buddy Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah, Buddy
okay.
Bowl. That's okay. That's all right. So then, so I went to these two parlors, called them. Hey, you know, uh, do you have to do reservations or do you take walk-ins? And he's like, no, we have to do reservations. And I'm like, okay, well, I'd like to set one up. And he's like, yeah, we're not going to be able to get you until maybe Friday evening. I'm like, you know me, I don't do anything on show days. So I'm like, all right, got it. So here I am in this a little bit amount of pain. So the smart one I am, Mr. Grinch, I decided to get on TikTok and put in massage and you know see what came about. Thinking, well, this is Kokomo, small town. I don't need to worry about miscommunication
Uh-huh.
or misorder because we remember what happened last time I went and got a massage. Okay, she like pointed at the sign thinking I was trying to come on to her, and I'm like, no, that's not the case. This is a totally different opposite. So I get this, a number off of TikTok. It said Kokomo, Indiana. I'm like, well, shit. All right. So I wrote to them, and she pointed out that there's a difference. I'm not going to go into detail,
Okay.
but she pointed out that there's a difference between massage therapy and neurotherapy. And I'm
Okay.
like, what the hell is neuro? So what do? Of course, I go on Chat GPT, and it's basically what they do is massagers with happy endings. And I'm like, oh boy,
Mm.
yeah, no, I'm going to pass on this. Okay, I know I'm in a lot of pain, but I learned something new. I learned
Well,
something new.
first I wanted to say, hey, Joy. And then, so as soon as you said massage parlors, I was like, oh, because I'm from a military town.
It's going.
I'm from a military town, and a lot of those little Korean ladies used to hang out in my living room.
I'm telling you, I learned something new this trip. I
Yep.
and it's kind of funny because when I was in Branson, Missouri, I think it was when my grandfather passed. That's how I learned about drag shows because they had a drag show there in Missouri, and I'm telling you, get out of the house every 30 minutes. every single day. You're going to learn something because I learn something constantly every single day. Which that kind of brings us up to our mail call this morning. And, I had the picture of it. I should have. But it's all right. It is that time. It's mail call.
Attention, mail call.
Oh my God!
You've got mail.
Welcome to Mail Call, your soldier spotlight, powered by WorkSimple, highlighting those who serve and inspire.
All right, so the reason why I'm doing a mail call this week is on our very own Blade. Me and you have been around for a while, and we've seen Blade from where he was to where he was now. And This is Blade. And everybody, remember, MBR has an audio channel, and we have an MBR talk channel, okay? Mm-hmm. And he plays Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He plays like mixed matchups. So watching him play, it's always a treat. I just want to give him a shout out because, he had a hard time learning the technical difficulties of MBR, and he didn't give up. He's put his mind and his foot right in front of the other for the last almost 3 years. And I just wanted to spotlight him and commend him. I had the pleasure of meeting him and meeting Tony while I was here.
You got to meet Tony and Blade.
I got
awesome.
I got to eat lunch with him and have dinner, and I got to see you guys. So it's definitely been a good trip. My dad
Joel
keeps telling me, you're burning up gas.
Yeah, Joel got to come to my house and meet my son for the first time. And I'm excited that you got to make this trip.
Right. And one thing I do like about the trip is that, I got out of the environment. I think it's really important for all veterans, all first responders, when they're going through a hard time. The very first thing, okay, you don't have to worry about making your bed. You don't have to worry about taking a shower, which, my therapist told me the 3 things you need to do as soon as you get up. You need to get dressed. You need to take a shower, and you need to get outside. Just 30 minutes. If you're just standing there for 30 minutes, fine. You know what? If you want to be a drain, be a drain. But get out there and walk or do something for 30 minutes. It takes you out of the element. It takes you out of the depression. It resets your brain. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people know this. I know a lot of people know this. But I think a lot of people need to be reminded. Thank God Facebook tells us when our birthdays are. If I didn't know that, I'd be screwed. And God bless Starbucks. For all those one-night stands, you can make sure that you know their name. Just take them to Starbucks; they'll find out for you.
They will.
So I tell you what, we're going to get ready to go on our first break, and when we come back off of that first break, we're going to be hitting the What the segment, and this week's What the segment, it kind of speaks to me, and the reason why it kind of speaks to me is because we've had this conversation before, Amber, about drugs, legalizing it to combat this stuff. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? We'll have that next. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA on the station, letting our veterans be heard, MBR.
Okay, so state your name and tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Amber Dietz, and I'm the creator of Into the Weeds podcast on Military Broadcast Radio, which I host with my daughter, Alora. I'm a veteran, a minister, a mentor, and a community builder. I'm also one of the people responsible for helping release evidence in the case of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Evidence that, in my view, exposes her as a fraud. The fraud I believe she is. After a service-ending injury in the Army, I developed severe migraines that made me very sick. Later, trauma unrelated to my military service added to that burden. For 6.5 years, I was physically unable to leave my bed very much. That is a very long time to lie still and think. I grew up in Lawton, Oklahoma in the 80s and 90s, and for a town its size, it always seemed like a lot of people went missing. Even though there weren't many strangers around, one case that stayed with me was the murder of a little girl who was 10 years old named Athena Tina Hogan. She was kidnapped and murdered while selling candy door to door for a school fundraiser. We even knew the man who found her. Over time, it felt like her murder didn't really change people's behaviors all that much. So when I was finally able to get out of bed and travel again, Alora and I drove 7 hours from Missouri back to Lawton. I taught myself how to file a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request, and I submitted one for Tina's case file. Faith led the way, and it turned out I had been the first person in over 30 years to reach out about her case. So I guess that's what I do. I show up. Military Broadcast Radio is a nonprofit internet radio station dedicated to supporting veterans, active duty service members, and first responders through music, talk, storytelling, mental health support, and training in broadcasting. I first learned about MBR through a VA newsletter. It showed up at just the right time. I opened it out of curiosity, wondering how this resource might help me process what I had been through, and that's how Into the Weeds began. My faith led me here, and it can be hard to describe the distance between where I started and where I am now. But in the beginning, my podcast was about my experiences and the things that I was interested in exploring with guests and fellow veterans. Over time, it became something more. Now it is also about the information I uncovered on certain topics and cases, and creating a space where people can think, question, and talk through what we're finding together. One of the stories I started hearing more and more about was Gypsy Rose Blanchard. My cousin is serving time in Chillicothe, Missouri. I love my cousin, so I show up for her. I drive to see her, I minister and pray for her. I pray for the people she asked me to pray for, including women she served time alongside. And one of those women was Gypsy Rose Blanchard. At first, we prayed for Gypsy. But at some point, my gut told me something was wrong. Because I already knew how to properly file a FOIA request, I started raising funds and submitting requests for the evidence files in the Dee Dee Blanchard murder case. I felt like this information needed to exist in one place, so I made it exist. And that's just how I am. I showed up again. What I found was a story that proves exactly why we need to get into the weeds. And nothing could definitely have prepared me for how twisted, bizarre, and tragic this story really was. Or for the reality that someone so deeply disturbing could become a public figure. But I also want to talk about Athena Hogan, the 10-year-old girl from Lawton, Oklahoma, who was kidnapped and murdered. I want to talk about other murdered women from my hometown. I want to talk about paranormal experiences, faith, and moments and events that shape who we become. Really, I want to talk with people about the experiences that made them who they are, whatever those experiences may be. Well, almost. At the end of the day, all I ask is that people get into the weeds with Alora and I. Let's talk about some things. Let's see what we can figure out. I'm going to keep on showing up.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
Live broadcasting from Indiana, my home state, and so far it's been awesome. It's been this the crappy thing is
What?
so I had my dad. My dad always through my whole life, he's been pretty good at like adjusting, chiropractic, kind of thing. And we learned something this week. We learned this a lot easier when you're smaller. Here you try to use my hands and stuff to get leverage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So times have changed.
My husband has me step on his back and pop his back. And that usually helps him because his get like caught or something.
Right.
I don't know. If anybody did that to me, I'd be dying.
Well, my dad's pretty good. I think he knocked some sense into it. I'm still having. I think I pinched a nerve because I have more than paralysis, like the stinging sensation.
Yeah.
I have it all up and down here. So yeah. So
you got a pinched nerve. It sounds like.
Yeah. So. I'm constantly looking. I mean, hell, I came here with a wrecked car when I tried to get the wrecked car fixed in Colorado. They told me that as soon as they could get me in was maybe September or August.
Oh my goodness.
Well, when I came here, I'm thinking small town, right? I'm learning. Yeah, I called 3 people, and they're like, "Yeah, we're booked until like June, July." I'm like, "Well, shit, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this vehicle fixed," and I think everybody's experiencing this because it's really hard for shipping right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's confused about the tariffs. I'm honestly think that there's rules being made like every 5 minutes by these different companies to try to lower the expectation rate, but that has to be what it is. Because everybody gets in a wreck every single day. I mean, heck, when I got in a wreck, and of course it was my fault, I got in a wreck, and the woman looked at me and she was like, "Oh, your nice car got hurt," and I'm like, "Don't worry about my car. That's the reason why there's such thing as insurance." And people, your insurance is going to go up regardless. Okay, you can get no tickets, you can get no speeding tickets. I'm telling you right now. I've had years with no speeding tickets, no nothing, and it's still raised up the same amount every year. Usually it's about 2% raise that they raise up, which equals about $10-11. But yeah, doesn't matter where you go, they're gonna change the price on you regardless.
Alora was just asking me, I think it was yesterday or the day before. She's like, "I'm 25 now. You think my insurance will go down?" I'm like, "I don't know. Hopefully."
Her life insurance?
No, just her auto insurance.
Oh yeah, it should. It should. But so it is that time. We're gonna go into the what the segment, and if you're listening out there or watching, we would love your input. But me and Amber were talking about this a long time ago. I'm not against them legalizing marijuana. Let me just put that out there, okay? But like they're starting to legalize mushrooms, the magic kind, okay? And Cataline, that's legal, Well,
ketamine, yeah.
Ketamine, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new substance, and this is true.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
No? Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
Australians are turning to cocaine to self-treat ADHD as shortages and long wait times hit prescription medication. New government data has revealed treatment for cocaine use has hit a 10-year high, with the illicit drug now being used as a substitute for regulated stimulants. Specialists say the trend is fueling a concerning surge in addiction.
All right, let's get into it. What do we think about this?
So cocaine can help with a lot of different issues, and I know it's a very tough subject, but I know that cocaine can help with ADHD and it can help with bipolar. And but at the same time, it's an addictive drug that can kill you. But then again, a lot of the medications that they put you on are just as addictive and can kill you. So it's a really hard thing to, I don't know. So as far as marijuana and magic mushrooms, I don't have any problem.
Amber, I think it affects us because in the generation we grew up in, there's still a stigma.
Mhm.
There's still a stigma, and I mean that's for anything and everything, But I think there's still a stigma of drugs are bad,
Mhm.
instead of okay, drugs might be bad, but we're using plant life drugs to realistically adapt to whatever needs to be fixed, because we both know that medicine, pharmaceutical, that shit's not natural.
No, it's not.
And if it's not natural and it doesn't come from like literally a plant, then what are we doing here? There's been several people that have done several studies to where marijuana is good, marijuana is bad, but the cocaine thing that kind of sparked my interest because I told you that I believed, and I hope I'm wrong, but I believe in the next 5 years it will be kind of like independence church gatherings like this. I don't think churches are going to be around much longer. The big body of church, and I think that cocaine will not only be legal, but I don't know. I always thought maybe they might make meth legal. They might figure out something to fix it. It doesn't take much for somebody to try to have an argument to fit their narrative.
Yeah, and I mean, so cocaine is from a plant, and methamphetamine is a mixture of a bunch of dangerous chemicals.
Right.
I don't know. It's just so crazy. Well, as far as church goes and all of that, there seems to be a resurgence of people actually wanting to go to church. I've seen that. I don't know if you have or not.
I might not see that because I don't exactly hang around like a bunch of ongoing regular church attendees,
Yeah.
So maybe I don't see that. I just know that when I look around or when I talk, there's just not a lot of people that that speak out. Hey, I've been to that church or something like that. It's just quiet. So I was just wondering, but if you don't see the same thing, then I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on where you're at and where you're looking. Like you said, you don't see it, but I do. And I think that all of the alien talk, the wars, everything like that, I think people are really opening up their mind to the possibility of God being real if aliens are real. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's I've seen a resurgence or I've seen a lot of younger people deciding that maybe they want to check it out and see what it's all about at the
Okay.
very least.
Okay, then I stand corrected. I Yeah, I stand corrected. Then we'll
No,
find
you're
out.
good.
We'll find out.
I mean, the world is crazy, right?
Right.
The world's crazy, and a lot of people use these drugs to fill the holes, fill the gaps
Yeah.
where God or your higher power should be, and so for that reason, I'm not a proponent of drug use. Okay.
Right.
But people are going to do it. Right. So do we lock up people for life for 25 years for using drugs and let murderers out, and pedophiles and rapists and stuff like that? I mean, it's frustrating.
It really is. It really is. And yeah, we won't go into that any further. I was about ready to go in there further, but we're not going to go out in there further. But it's going to be interesting to see what comes up. We have GPSs that we can talk to, and it talks back to us now.
Well, I will say that when we were on the West Coast, and pretty much everything is decriminalized over there between Colorado, Oregon, and California. We didn't see nearly as many people on drugs out there as we did in like Florida and parts of Missouri. And
Right.
so I thought that was a little interesting, the fact that, and they don't go very high on their edible content, like 100 milligrams is as far as you can get. But like in Oklahoma, you can get up to 4,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, the we're getting ready to hit the drop the mic segment. We don't have HG with us to give us a line down of sports, and I'm not going to do it. So we'll try this out. But ladies and gentlemen, it is dropping the mic.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just
What the hell out of here? Y'all take care. Let's go.
Quickly ahead into the Minnesota zone. It's Natchez. Natchez.
That meant nothing to me. I have no idea what happened.
So I think it's hockey. I think
Yeah.
it's Avalanche, and they won in like double overtime right at the buzzer. He scored and stuff. And I think the reason why HG picked that for drop the mic is because out of all the Colorado teams, Avalanche is still going strong, and I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but when you go to an event and your team's getting ready to win a championship or go further on, and you get to experience that, it's really neat because they sprinkle like confetti all over you. When I was at Super Bowl 50, I went in there and I grabbed all the confetti that I could in like these little drink cups. And I had a baggie. It was awesome because when I went to do remotes and stuff, I say, "Hey, you guys want some Super Bowl 50 confetti?" They're like, "Really?" And it was really into it. So whenever you go to a sports event as a national championship or world championship, just an eye to keep on. Make sure you have a nice cup and you can fill that thing full of confetti. But that was an insane shot. From what I understand, that goalie is pretty good goalie, and Avalanche. I think they might be going. They're going after the Stanley Cup. Now, I think the reason why this came up as a mic drop from HG was because apparently in the past there's history in hockey that if you win the Presidential Cup, which Avalanche did recently, that you never go on to the finals. And they're going on to the finals. And I think that's the mic drop of, you know what, just because there's rumor or conspiracy, like, hey,
or precedent.
Right, or am I going to be on the Madden cover? We all know what happens when you're on the Madden cover. It's just those little things like that. But I do believe in life. You make your own success.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds silly and I know it sounds stupid, but if you call out in the middle of the day in the air and says I'm wonderful, everybody likes me, like, your mind frame changes within you changing your mind frame for the day. Like I told everybody last week, when it comes to talent, commitment always beats talent.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at the 3D printer, but I can print something now because I spent a lot of practice with it.
Yeah, you keep going back to it because a lot of people would have just given up by now, and I'm proud of you for keeping on.
Yeah, and I'm proud that we're broadcasting here from Kokomo, Indiana. It's a professional setup. It's nice, We just don't have the lights. Other than that, we're pretty good now. You're doing a show this Saturday, aren't you?
Yes. We're going to continue with the Athena Hogan court transcripts from 1986. We're going through the preliminary hearing right now, just showing what happened and how this guy got acquitted. So, and because of that, her murder is still considered unsolved since he was acquitted.
Right.
So, yeah, just trying to figure out what happened during that trial and why he was acquitted.
Now, each of these cases that you get, Amber, how long do you spend approximately on them, reading and dissecting them before you do even a show? Because I think some people think you just show up, get in the chair, and then you read a bunch of stuff off the internet. Kind of tell them your brainstorming power.
So just as an example for Athena Hogan herself, I started looking into her case. I want to say I started remembering about her from my childhood around 2018 because Alora had gotten me into true crime, which I had never really watched before. Once I started watching it, I started memories started coming back. And so about 2018, I called the Lawton Police Department and asked them if they knew anything. Nobody knew anything. Then I went and filed a FOIA request in 2022, I believe. Drove down about 8 hours, 7.5, 8 hours from us. And then got a very small FOIA request and didn't get much information. Then the detective called me because he was trying to figure out why the heck somebody was looking into the case for after 30 years when nobody else had looked into it. And so I talked to him, and I was in the background trying to find stuff, trying to pass stuff off to a cold case detective named Ken Main so he could do a show about it. And I took a chance this 2 times ago when I was in Lawton to go to the courthouse and ask for the transcripts. They happened to have them, and so I got them, and now we're presenting them. So it took from 2018 till now,
Wow.
basically to get that information to present. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's lots of cases where that's, kind of been the case. With Gypsy, that had already been over and done with. And so all I had to do was go and ask the sheriff's department for information. But with the cold cases, you've got to do way more stuff. And you got to be boots on the ground, and you've got to actually go and do stuff in the community that it happened.
Yep, you're exactly right. We're going to cue the music. We are going to go on a 3. Well, let's do 4 song break. We're going to go on a 4 song break, and when we come back, we'll be talking with DSI. Who are they, and what are they doing for our veteran community as we speak? I don't know. We're fixed to find out. Whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show.
Nobody can hear you.
Oh.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Stay tuned, everybody. There you go.
Every fall, every loss was a bridge that I burned. Now I'm stronger, now I'm wiser. Got the fire in my soul. Every step, every breath, getting closer to my goal.
I was holding back the truth. Didn't know how much it hurt. I thought Chimes was on my side. Now the silence says it first. I was trying to be there. Didn't see you pulling away. I was loving like I knew how, didn't know what not to say. I came back carrying the war, still learning how to stay. I didn't mean to cross the line, I didn't know where it was placed. It's too late to apologize, I see it in your eyes. I was trying to be a father, but I missed the signs. It's too late to apologize, I know now, I know why. I was holding on to love while you were learning how to hide. You weren't asking me to save you, just to know when to let go. I was chasing what we used to be, didn't see how much you'd grown. 20 years of broken timing, letters never found their way. I came back still reaching for you, you were already okay. I was knocking on the door, you had to lock to feel safe. I never meant to scare you, I just didn't know my place. It's too late to apologize, I see it in your eyes. I was trying to be a grandpa, didn't know the lines. It's too late to apologize, I know now, I know why. I was calling it love while you were calling it goodbye. I didn't mean to stay too long, I didn't mean to disappear. I was loving from a distance that never quite felt clear. It's too late to apologize, but not too late to mean it now. I'll step back if that's what love is, I'm learning how. It's too late to apologize, but this truth won't change. I wasn't perfect, I wasn't right, but the love was real, just the timing changed.
Hold on.
I know, so I'll show you everything, yeah, everything. My scars and my heart and all my pain, yeah, all my pain. Try to keep from going crazy. All I want is to be sane. What I think is made. Crazy is just who I am. I feel my needs will pull you overboard, yeah, overboard. You'll go on your own when you can't take no more. No, you can't take no more. And I try to keep going crazy. All I want is to be sane. What I think is made. Crazy is just who I am. I'll try, but I might lose the war. Yeah, lose the war. I'm tired, so tired, feeling wrong. Yeah, feeling wrong. 'Cause I try to keep going crazy. All I want is to be sane. What I think is made. Crazy is just who I am.
She walked out with just about everything. That car, them keys, her wedding ring. Ain't it funny how people change? I told her she could take the whiskey, take it all. Take the bourbon, I'll take the loss. Take the pictures, take the frames, hell, take the walls. But you can't take the dogs. Yeah, I'm taking them with me. I got them boys up in the backseat. You can go and take whatever you want, but you can't take the dogs. You can even take the 6th string. Don't come saying you miss me. You can go and take my last name off, but you can't take the dogs. She came back just a couple weeks after that. Guess she got lonely in the aftermath, not having them boys around. I guess she realized that she had it made. Now she's got twice as many bills to pay. Hell, I'm taking them boys to the grave. Now there ain't a damn thing to say. Yeah, I'm taking them with me. I got them boys up in the backseat. You can go and take whatever you want, but you can't take the dogs. You can even take the 6th string. Don't come saying you miss me. You can go and take my last name off, but you can't take the dogs. Waiting for your call, just so I can go and tell you all and talk about the things that you did wrong and how you can't take the dogs. Yeah, I'm taking them with me. I got them boys up in the backseat. You can go and take whatever you want, but you can't take the dogs. You can even take the 6th string. Don't come saying you miss me. You can go and take my last name off, but you can't take the dogs. No, no, you can't take the dogs. No, no, girl, you can take the whiskey, take it all. Take the bourbon, I'll take the loss. You can go and take my last name off, but you can't take the dogs.
Land of the free, carved from the brave, built on the bones of the dreams they gave. Not from your tweets or your keyboard cries, but from soldiers' blood under open skies. You wave your signs, say we owe you more, while heroes come home through a cold back door. You scream at the past, call it all a lie, but that flag still flies where the fallen lie. It ain't just thread, it's a soldier's shroud, a mother's tears, a father's proud. You burn it down, think you're breaking chains, but you're spitting on graves where freedom remains. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop your ass. You torch the stars, you stomp the stripes, but we bled for that through endless fights. If you hate this land, then walk away. I'll hold the door, I'll pave the way. You're free to speak, but don't you forget that flag's still standing. So blood and sweat. You lock your doors, but preach no borders here. While vets sleep rough with their ghosts and fear, you kneel in the spotlight, you ride for peace, but your words smell like smoke and your hands are grease. This land's not stolen, it's paid with pain by calloused hands in the sun and rain. cloth, it's a warrior's cause. A final salute to the lives we lost. You call it hate, but it's love we defend for the ones who fought till the bitter end. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop your ass. You spit on the ground where our heroes sleep while their angels watch and their mothers weep. If you don't salute, then find your road. I'll pack your bags, I'll lighten your load. You're free to hate, but don't you forget that flag's still waving. It ain't done yet. This ain't about red, blue, or lines in the sand. It's about the millions who reached out their hands. From fields of fire to factory floors, they built this dream through 1,000 walls. You can scream your truth, you can take your stand, but don't you dare curse the working man's land. That flag's their heart, their fight, their creed, and we'll stand tall for the ones who bleed. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop that ass. You torch the stars, you tear the seams, but you can't burn down the American dream. If you don't love it, then find your way. We'll keep the flame for another day. Your freedom to hate came at a cost, paid by the brave who carried that cross. So raise your voice, but choose it wise, cause we'll fight forever neath those starry skies. This is for the fallen who never came home, for the vets in the shadows who carry the stone, for the hands that built this, the hearts that broke, for the flag that flies through the fire and smoke. God bless the brave, God bless the fight, God bless the stars that still burn bright, and God help the fool who forgets what it means to stand for the truth of the red, white, and free. Of the red, white, and
Good morning, son. I just wanted you to know all your things are with me now. Yeah, they finally made it home. There's that brand new pair of boots you only wore once or twice. I found your army notebook there tucked inside. It's all laid out for me to see, and I can feel your presence right here with me. Everything you ever owned is sitting here with me, right down to your cowboy boots and jeans. And like a bad dream that doesn't seem to want to stop, it all came home in a cardboard box. Yeah, your uniforms, baseball caps, old t-shirts and socks, all that's left of you came home today in a cardboard box. There's that 49ers flag that hung above your bed, sweatshirts and ball caps in gold and red. Those camo uniforms are in there too, along with that black beret that meant so much to you. Your patches, coins, and watches all up on a shelf, a solemn reminder of the life that you led. Everything you ever owned is sitting here with me, right down to your cowboy There's no rhyme or reason why you're gone so soon. There's no book or prayer that eases the pain of losing you. Son, I know that you're in a better place, but I just can't seem to shake this pain. So I try to keep holding on, just try not to go insane. I sit here in silence and think of you a lot, going through all of these memories in a cardboard box. Yeah, everything of yours came home today. In a cardboard box.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. It is Red Friday, May 15th, 2026. How am I coming in? Am I coming in clear and broken, Amber?
No, you're good. You made me cry, though.
Why did I make you cry?
That last song.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining with me today is, I'm going to try not to butcher her name, Lauren McMullen. Yeah.
But you can call me whatever you want, Joel.
She is the coordinator here in Kokomo, Indiana for DSI, and you know, how new is DSI? I've never heard.
Oh
of
man,
it
DSI has been around for quite some time,
Okay.
and then they came in and joined up with Bona Vista, which has been around for quite some time as well, like decades. And here we are, making one big happy family. So yeah, DSI and Bona Vista working together now.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 5 years.
Okay.
So I kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Does it pull at your heart?
Yeah, that's exactly why I got into this job.
Okay.
I've done a lot of things in my life, went to school for a lot of different things because I'm very interested in how just life and work and how you do everything. But I was in sales and I wanted to help people. And everybody's like, well, you're selling them products. They need that. I'm like, no, I mean like really help people. Like my dad is a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, right? Have a lot of that in my family. And what he was able to give people, I didn't join the military, but I wanted to somehow give to people as well. So then I found DSI, and it seemed right. And I got in here and I've loved it ever since. Just been helping students and adults, try to help them get their life where they want it to be as well. And just feel like they are growing, learning, thriving, and really a part of our country and their society and out there, living life too, man.
And I tell you what, before we really get started, we are going to hit the. I'll hit it, Amber. I forgot to hit it. We're going to hit the interview of the week, which is Lauren. And when we do that interview of the week, me and Amber have questions, very hard questions.
Oh no!
Yes, it might be a grilling, everybody, because it is the interview of the week.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
All right. Once again, I am joined by Lauren McMullen.
You're doing great. That was great.
You know what? I'm glad I have a TBI because I kind of have an experience,
right?
But not really. It's called notes, Joel.
Yeah,
notes.
You and me both. I got nothing either, Joel. It's fine. I've just repeated your name a lot before today, so I was like, Joel.
Amber, you know what? I'm going to let you ask the first question, and then I'll go from there.
Okay, so for listeners hearing about DSI for the very first time, what is the heart behind your mission and why does this work matter so much to your team?
We want everyone to feel included, just inclusive in employment, society. We want everyone to be treated with respect and fairly in the world. And, you know, our disabilities don't make us, we can turn them into strengths. We want everybody to understand that there are strengths from all of us. It doesn't matter if you've got a TBI, if you're in a wheelchair, if you've got ADHD. I mean, one disability versus another disability, we still all have emotion, feeling, wants, needs, and we're all here. Why aren't we helping each other out, growing and thriving in life? We just want society to know that everybody's people and everybody deserves a fair shot to live life and be a part of society and have the things that everybody wants, you know?
Exactly. Well, you know, I was born and raised here, and I've always heard of Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Always heard of Buena Vista. But one thing I'm learning, just as a human being, is that it could be one company or one foundation, and then they have several programs.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like, we are not just day services. We are not just group homes. We are employment. Man, I mean, we are in every aspect of life. So what's nice is we do all work together where people can't just go through vocational rehabilitation to come get employment with us. And we will help them through our employment consultants, like job coaching. We're also in the high schools. So we do work with 14 to 22-year-olds, but then we also have the adult side. As well as then you've got your day services. So some people may live on their own in the community or live with family.
Right.
But then if you want to be more independent, but you can't quite be 100% on your own, like you're not going to cook, or you're not going to, know time frames and when to get out. You can't get to the store possibly on your own.
Right.
Well, then you have group homes where you can be on your own, have a roommate, live there on your own, but then staff can come in and take you to the store, make sure you're getting to work, make sure that you're getting in the shower or have the things you need. So there's that aspect. Then we have Daisley in the community with our clients, as well as working with businesses. There are tons of businesses in this town that we take not only our employee, those we're helping employ, but even just some of our clients that we have at the day homes and such that will go and visit and see what this company does. And they'll come in and do a little activity with our day services or some of our clients in the group homes and stuff. It's really cool, and it's a really needed thing. We didn't have DSI and Buena Vista, and if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have a lot in the community that would involve individuals with mental, emotional, or physical disabilities. There wasn't a lot out there. So it's nice that there is something that's covering that niche. And really, we advocate a lot for our clients as well in the community. So we help with waiver services. We help with the Social Security, like figuring out SSI, SSDI payments. So again, it's really the whole gamut of help.
Awesome. DSI has been serving Indiana communities for decades, like you had mentioned. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in service support for individuals with disability over the years?
Over the years, I would say that it's definitely become more to the forefront of the community where they're more recognized now. I would say that I see in our individuals that we serve the confidence gain, that we are now more recognized in the community. Our workers get out there and they really know how to market for our individuals. And really it's in the individuals where you see the difference of the work we're doing now that we've really beefed up and we've got a big service area. It's just the confidence of our clients. I mean, just feeling like they are part of something. That's what we see the difference of. Finally, more people have word out. More people know we're here. They do reach out. We are getting everywhere finally, and people, so they're able to find us easier. And that's been huge. just to give them a leg up and help them feel part of the society. That's what I see the biggest changes have been, is just being able to serve more in the community since we've been able to grow, since we've gotten bigger.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, so a lot of families feel overwhelmed navigating disability resources. What would you say to a parent or a caregiver who feels lost right now?
I would say reach out to DSI, whether you call our employment office here at Hoffer, our day service on plate. We've got 4 buildings with workers here just in Kokomo, but we were all over the state. You can find us on our website, DSI, services. And just reach out. We've all got the same resources. We all have resources in our offices we can share with people, whether that be food banks or places where you can get help for pro bono lawyers if you need SSI help or SSDI. And we walk them through everything. Again, like even the waiver services, we can help people. Any of our offices can get you in the right direction for that. We have people in every office that help with those things. So if you just reach out, whether you call, email, or get on the website and fill out a little paper, we have anything and everything to get you to the right place. Any of us can help with that.
Here's a good one, because the only reason why I bring this up is because when I went to the Paralympics, it was very hard for people to decipher the difference between Paralympics and Special Olympics. So they were telling us Special Olympics. The reason why I bring this up is because what are some of the misconceptions the public still has about people with development or physical disabilities?
I think what I see the most is the treatment sometimes is different, like how they will speak to someone. Like sometimes when they know that there's an intellectual disability, or they just see someone that they notice is different, they might speak to them more in a childlike tone, or more, treat them a little differently. And you don't really need to do that. I mean, we're all people. Right. I mean, the age group is the age group, like I'd be like, hey, Joel. I'm not gonna be like, hey, Joel, I mean, just treating them normally, like how you want to be treated. And I'm like, what else? I had something else, you guys. There was something else I wanted to mention right there, and it already went out of my head. See, we're in the same boat here, Joel. I can't remember 1 second to another. But I'd say definitely the treatment. Here's one I will have to say, especially since I'm in the employment area here. Yeah. It took a long time, I think, for employers to realize how much our clients can do. Mm. Where you think like maybe they're not great with money. Maybe they can't count it out real great or count that back. But if you work with someone long enough, I mean, they can be taught. And there are areas, maybe they can't do that part of the job, but they can work with people, or they can stock. I think the biggest challenge has been to show employers in the community what they can do and realize that they do have skills and strengths as well. Their disability does not define them. In fact, sometimes it actually ends up being an advantage.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I think that's been the biggest challenge. But I do think that we've been out there so much that it's amazing how many employers now are like, I would have never thought that we would have someone in a wheelchair that could, be a host and take people to their tables with these, menus or whatever. It's amazing what people don't understand if you've never been around it. But I think once you get in the field or you're around individuals, you realize we've got our strengths and weaknesses, same with anyone with a disability. Again, we're all people.
No, I agree with you. I I remember doing a speaking engagement at a school one time. And, I told people, just because you think you don't have a disability, everybody has a disability. One of those disabilities might be a little slow at math or a little slow at English, And then I'm like, hey, guess what? If you wear glasses, you have a disability.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'd always told them never judge a book by its cover, because, I know somebody that is completely blind, but like you can't tell.
Yeah, I know. I've met. I had no idea. I've also met someone that was completely blind, no idea, and I, rudely, not on purpose, but said something about seeing something. They're like, "No, I'm blind." I'm like, crap, I had no idea, sorry. Which by the way, I mean, I am very bad at math and, so I don't think you have to have a disability for that one there, Joel. I mean, I'm terrible. So
I am too.
Yeah, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? I mean, it's been really cool to see. That's one thing that I've really enjoyed here is seeing that, because I've learned you don't need to give up. You don't give up on anybody. There's something in there. They are capable of something amazing.
Right.
Sometimes you got to find what that is, but they got to find it. We've all had to find that.
Right.
So we just help them get there.
Awesome.
Yeah. I thank you for even being in this kind of work, because my niece is somebody that uses those types of services. She's about 35 and she can't live on her own. She can't take care of herself at all, but she lives in a home with another disabled person, and they have caregivers that come in and switch off every couple of days or something like that. But it's hard work. It's tremendously hard work. And so I salute anybody who has the heart to get into it, because you have to have the heart to get into it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've told that to my staff here plenty, like, that we're not in it for the paycheck. I mean, we all need to make some money. Obviously, that's why we're here to a point, but man, this is not a job you do for the money. This is a job you do because we're affecting lives. So if we don't show up, then we're actually failing somebody in a huge way.
Yeah.
So we need to be here and we need to care. If you don't care, I don't want you here, because these are people's lives.
Right.
They're everyday lives. And we need to keep that into perspective. It's amazing. It's maybe kind of selfish, but I find it to be one of the best parts of my job. Just, it feels good. It feels good when you see that growth and somebody
Right.
gain that confidence and they make it, and you're like, I knew you could do it. And
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah, I've dealt, or in the past, I've taught teenagers and young adults with disabilities of all sorts, and it's so fun to just see them come out of what people have kind of pigeonholed them as to be.
Yeah.
And they come out and become their authentic self, and it's so rewarding.
Yeah. See, I started in the high schools because we do work in the high schools. Like I was telling Joel earlier, and man, it's so cool to see those kids. I've been working with some. I was just on field day. That's why I look like this today. But I had field day for my life skills classes at a high school here in town today. And man, seeing those freshmen go from freshman to sophomore to junior to seniors, and then I work with them on employment skills at the school and just give them some experiences to try to figure out what they might want to do, and to see that growth in 4 years, and then to see them thrive and persevere after it's amazing. And you go in sometimes and you're like, oh, I hope we can find it. And then by the time they're seniors, I'm like, oh my goodness, you can do almost anything now. It's just cool, man. It's cool.
I think it's cool. I get the opposite of that. When interns leave the station for bigger, better things. Oh man, I miss Caveman.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been 2 weeks and I've already texted him like a lost girl. Jeez.
I miss all my seniors every year, but I got more coming through. It's fine.
Yeah, and I totally get where you're coming from with that. My last question then, Amber, if you have another question you can ask. The mental health and the isolation affect many families caring for loved ones with disabilities. How important is the community connection and the work you do to kind of combat that?
I think it's extremely important. I mean, if you ask me, anyone disabled or not, I think community is important. So especially for with the disability, I think finding your people and finding a social group and just getting yourself involved in the community helps with the mental health immensely. I mean, just being around people and feeling like you're giving and getting. I mean, like when you get them a job, I mean, help them. We don't get them jobs. They're getting themselves the jobs.
Right.
But when you help them, and again, the confidence, just being able to even have a friend in the workforce, feel like you're getting out there. it seems like it's easy to want to be alone and sit on your butt in your house, but we all benefit from being around other people and being a part of the community. So helping people get out there, find those resources, find their people. We've all had to find our people, you know,
Right.
like what do they like to do? I mean, so I think it's extremely important for our overall health to be a part of the community.
I've always said from like the beginning of the year, an 8-minute conversation with anybody can really change your outlook on life for the whole week. We're not just talking
You're
about
so
a day,
right.
the whole week.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, a hug, a smile,
Right.
just a handshake, saying hello, just even getting up and moving and going to the store sometimes, just one little bit and just being around people doing something and then going, you feel better. You feel better. I think we all need some social aspects in our life. I'm not saying we all have to be out there 24/7. Sometimes that's a little much, but I
Yeah.
think it's important to feel part of something.
Now, I truly believe there's a lot of people out there that aren't lazy. They just have a
Mhm.
hard time navigating. If they wanted to start your services or see what you guys are all about, like what's the very first, like they have no idea. Do they call here? Do they email?
They can call, they can show up on our doorstep,
Okay.
they can email, any of that we welcome. And then we can walk them through the stages of, it depends on what service they're looking for, but
Right.
absolutely. And we get them to where they're going. We help them every step of the way. If they're coming for employment, they're welcome to stop in this office on Hoffer Street, 1226 East Hoffer. There's my plug, Joel,
There
for
you
my
go.
bit.
I love it. I love it. Well, you know, I was getting ready to ask: is DSI is that regional or is that
It's all
national?
over the state.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the state. So we're all over. Well, I
Okay.
mean, we like this office alone goes, we go up to Rochester, we're in Monticello, we go Logansport.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
and we go down to Westfield. I mean, we're down in Indy.
If
We're
you're
everywhere.
in Indiana, you're taken care of.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So come see us anywhere you are in Indiana. But yeah. And again, you can call, email, or show up at any of our doorsteps and we're going to get you to the right place. If they are looking for employment, they usually go through a place called vocational rehabilitation, which I'm sure you guys have heard of, and
Yep.
that will start their services. But again, they can show up here and we'll tell them how to apply, help them get referred. We've got QR codes, we've got papers, too many papers sometimes, but we got a lot of stuff for
Okay.
everybody, resource and help.
There we go. You know, because I tell you what, like, you know, it's kind of like off the wall segment, but you know, I was telling my wife the other day, like, I don't know what I need to put in the computer to make it go faster,
Yeah.
because I'm all about program and not hardware. If you don't know, then you don't know. But then once you figure out how the placement and stuff, it's kind of easy. But you have to learn,
Yeah.
and that navigation part is extremely
It's hard.
important.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying you don't have to know. Just show up or call us and we will get you in the know and we'll help you. We'll help you through the stages.
Outstanding.
Mhm.
Amber, you got the last question, and then it's going to be the time.
Yeah. So if you could leave our audience with one message today about inclusion, empowerment, and treating people with dignity, what would you want them to remember?
Just remember that we're all here on earth. We're all human beings and how lucky we are that we all got to be alive and be on earth and do this life stuff and together. So let's treat everyone with respect and care and be kind and be helpful. Just, it's not that hard.
I love that. Yes.
There you hear that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is time for the time to shine.
Today's Time to Shine is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, veterans, and first responders. Runs on Dunkin'.
This is the time to shine, baby. It's the time to shine.
All right. So
I'm like, am I done? What do I do? I want to shine. I want some
well,
Dunkin'.
it's okay. If you wonder, that's I'm a part of a boy band and we created our own music. You know, easy. So just something to kind of break the ice.
Yeah.
Lauren, maybe I didn't ask you that right question or set you up for that right thing that you wanted to talk about. Maybe you have something that you want to get off your chest. Maybe in the event. This next 2 minutes is your 2 minute platform
My
to
2 minutes?
say whatever you want to say that maybe I didn't ask.
Oh man, you guys really put me on the spot on this 2 minutes. That's a long time.
It is.
I just want everyone to know that this company, Bonavista DSI, it really is a beautiful thing. The people that are here really do care, and I hope that people will reach out. I hope they understand why we're here, and I want them to really just check us out. If you know someone with a disability or have your own questions, please just find us and come to us. I want everyone to know about what we do and how great we are. And again, like I said, and everybody get nice out there. It's rough. It's rough for everybody in life. Everything's high. Nobody's making more money, but everything's going up.
Yeah.
So quit being so mean and crabby, because we're all in the same boat, and let's all help get this leadership rolling, right? This ship. Let's get this ship all together and get it good. We need to help each other more. That's what I'm mad about all the time,
We're
Joel.
together, I don't know.
I'm not even sure what we're singing, Joel, but I'm into it. I mean, you're
It's
the
Grease, isn't it? Grease.
Great, yeah. It's like we get along together. Yeah.
I'm not going to try.
Oh.
But yeah, man, no, just help your people out, your neighbors, your family, you're a stranger. Just be nice and realize, again, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. We're not as different as we think. Not as different as we think.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. And,
Yeah.
when we get done, I'll make sure to cut and splice and send you all the.
I'll write my name out, spell it out for you.
If you don't see a video of it or a camera of it, it doesn't count.
That's right. People will be like, "This didn't exist, Lauren. You didn't do it." I'm like, "But I did. But I did." Hey, thank you very much, you guys, for having me on.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you for coming.
Come on.
Thanks.
All right, for everybody else, we're going to go ahead and go on our music break, the tribute to the troop. And when we come back from the tribute troop, we'll hit the last two, the final thoughts. And then, I don't know, Amber, if we'll have you promote your show, or if there's something that you want to discuss. We might have some time. So whatever we do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H Train Show on the station that's letting our voices be heard. MBR.
Detail attention.
First call. The service member's name is called out loud in the context of a unit. This is meant to ensure all are present and accounted for. Second call. The name is called out again, louder, to confirm that the service member is indeed absent. Third call. The name is called out for a final time, followed by a statement indicating that the service member is not present and accounted for, signifying their death. The final roll call serves as a symbolic gesture to respect and remember their service.
Sir, I'm not telling the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell him there's people that he can't get here. You tell him how my troopers died.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to MBR today as we pay tribute to Specialist Ross Andrew McGinnis, age 19, of Knox, Pennsylvania. Ross was born on June 14, 1987 to Thomas and Romaine McGinnis. Ross was a 2005 graduate of Keystone High School in Knox, Pennsylvania, and he enlisted in the Army in the fall of his senior year. Ross was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 26th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division, Schweinfurt, West Germany. Ross and his unit deployed to Baghdad in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. On December 4, 2006, Ross and his platoon was conducting combat control operations, leaving FOB Apache with a convoy of 6 Humvees. The mission was to patrol the streets of Adamaya in northeast Baghdad and find a place to put a 250 kilowatt generator that would provide electricity for more than 100 homes. The convoy turned off a major roadway and onto a side street. As the convoy was stopped on the street, less than a mile from Bob Apache, an insurgent standing on a nearby rooftop threw a grenade into the sixth and last Humvee. "Grenade," yelled Specialist McGinnis, who was manning the vehicle's M2 50 caliber machine gun. McGinnis was facing backwards because he was in the rear vehicle. He tried to deflect the grenade, but it fell into the Humvee and lodged between the radios. Realizing that his team did not know where the grenade was, put his back against the radio mount, smothering the explosion with his body rather than jumping out of the truck as he had been trained to do. The explosion hit McGinnis on his sides and his lower back under his vest. He was killed instantly. McGinnis was posthumously promoted to the rank of specialist and awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions. McGinnis wanted to be a soldier from an early age. He is remembered as a fun-loving guy who was always in good humor. He is survived by his parents, Thomas and Romaine, his siblings, as well as extended friends and family, and his brothers and sisters in arms. We here at MBR would like to thank you, Specialist Ross Andrew McGinnis, for your service and dedication to our country. You leave a legacy of love and courage. Our prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside you. You are truly missed.
Bell detail, pinted, ready.
It's the guts and it's the glory, 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. heart. Hey.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You're listening to the H-Train Show right here, broadcasting from Kokomo, Indiana, on the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard, MBR. If you just joined us, you missed a fantastic interview that we had with Lauren from DSI. And, yeah, this is a pretty nice setup. They treated us pretty good over here, Amber.
I'm glad to hear that.
So we are coming into that moment where we talk about what we learned today and the final thoughts. And, you know, I'm trying to find it. Believe it or not. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final thoughts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
At Project ML, gratitude. Our mission is simple, to give motorcycles to veterans who need the kind of peace and freedom that only a ride can give.
Project ML Gratitude. If you're a veteran or you know a veteran that has no means of motorcycle, but he has it as an endorsement, go on their website and nominate a veteran or nominate yourself. They give a motorcycle free to every veteran every year. That's ML Gratitude, Project ML Gratitude. Fabulous organization. Before we go into their final thoughts, I forgot to tell everybody the top 3 things that we need to hear about in the news. See, I almost forgot about this because HG isn't here.
Yeah, I know. We've been all messed up today because he's not here.
I know. The Pentagon is warning that the ongoing Iran conflict is putting major strain on the military budget. Officials say training hours, maintenance, and readiness programs could face cuts, and the emergency funding isn't approved soon. So I heard about that. There's lots of people working that they have to cut the training short because of the budget cuts and stuff.
Yeah,
so I heard about that. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth publicly backed the proposed Richer Star Act, which would allow many combat injured veterans to receive full retirement for pay and VA disability compensation without offset.
Awesome.
I hope this happens, but this is the reason why I don't see it happening. We're in a war with Iran, and usually when we're at war, special accommodations like this doesn't come to that because they're totally focused on the war. So hopefully things change around here. The VA says it's continuing to hire for critical medical positions nationwide to help address staffing shortages and improve veteran healthcare access. I tell you what, if you go to a trade school and you learn about nursing or something medical, man, that goes a long way. People like to tear down trade schools compared to like universities and stuff, and I'm telling you, trade school is the secret. It's the answer, I think.
I think so too. We have one of the top trade schools in the country in our area, Lynn Technical College or something like that.
In the week of sports, the NFL is facing backlash after placing a major Green Bay Packers holiday game behind a Netflix paywall, frustrating many long-time fans.
I bet.
And then Calais Rayleigh of the Seattle Mariners landed on the injured list for the first time in his career during a rough stretch for the team. And the NHS playoffs continue gaining momentum with media coverage, highlight renewed fan excitement, and increase the national attention heading deeper into the postseason hockey. Entertainment-wise, the Yellowstone fans are going to get a new spinoff called Denton Ranch, starring Cole Hauser and Kelly Riley. The Library of Congress added recordings from Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Ray Charles to the National Recording Registry for Culture Preservation. And then last but not least, Selena Gomez remains one of the most discussed entertainment figures online this week amid a continued social media and streaming buzz surrounding her projects and appearances. That's funny. We got a spam email and manager's email this week, and it was from Selena Gomez. I'm pretty sure that's a spam email. I haven't done anything in my life for Selena Gomez to reach out, but
I must have missed that, or I did. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I didn't even know she was in the news about anything other than looking and sounding different, but no.
Well, so Amber, what did you learn today?
I learned that doing the podcast in the kitchen is not a good idea, but my son is downstairs playing Dungeons and Dragons, so that's why I'm up here. So if I've been looking off to the side or making weird faces, that's what's going on.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
But I also am reminded that people with disabilities, especially mental, like cognitive disabilities, they are still human. And a lot of people forget that when they interact with them. They interact with them like they're a child or, a toddler even. And when you go to talk to somebody like that, talk to them like a normal human being.
Right.
And, make them feel respect. I've been around a lot of people with severe cognitive and mental disabilities and delays. And like I said, my niece is one of them. She's about 35. She operates like about a 3-year-old. But I can still see aspects of her come out of where sometimes I'm reminded that she is an adult, and sometimes it's hard to remember that.
Yeah, as a parent, I think it would be tough at times to remember it. And
Yeah.
like you want to cuddle them through everything, but you have to let them figure it out sometimes.
You do. You really do. When you coddle your kids, you do nothing but harm them because they can't take care of things on their own as adults. And they get anxiety and freeze up on all kinds of things.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, the thing that I learned today was what DSI was. Like, when you hear a name, Disabled Services Incorporated, when you hear a name, you don't exactly know what it's about. For example, Hearing Studios, there's a business right across the MBR studio called Hearing Studios. I went in there thinking that it was like a disc jockey thing or whatever. No, it's hearing aids. You can't tell a lot by a logo, so check it out. So DSI, if you are in the Indiana State area and you need navigation, you need help, reach out to us. We will certainly connect you to the right people. We've been doing it for a while. You know, so with that being said, before we close up, Amber, do you have anything left to say?
I would just like to thank Joy for continuing to come in and support us.
Hell yeah.
And she's in love with Tony. So anytime we can get Tony on here, I'm sure she would love it. Or Zia.
Well, Tony was planning on coming down here. Something must have came up. You know.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Because I told him, I'm like, you know, we never got a picture with each other. He's like, oh, you're right. So I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know if we'll reconvene for a picture or not. But I tell you what, I had fun. I will tell you, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I did a remote like this since 2015, and
really,
yeah, it's been a long time. And you know, it went off with no scars, no omens. So, you know, it was pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Everybody, make sure that you check into DV Radio app. DV Radio app is out now. They are one of our partners. They are one of the radio stations that we feel very highly about. And you know, Internet Radio Network and Star Radio also supports and syndicates this channel as well. And you know, as everybody knows, summertime we're waiting on the call, but we're going to be moving to Pluto TV here pretty soon, and we'll keep the Roku as well. But for everybody else, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Now, remember, this is your weekend safety briefing, okay? Before you get ready to go out tonight, especially if it's after 1 o'clock, because nothing good happens after 1 o'clock. Get butt ass naked right in front of the mirror and do a risk assessment, okay? Now, if I'm going to put my clothes on, what am I going to do? Let's think this out. You know, too many times we want to be Superman and think, oh, you know what? When I get there, I'll have a plan. Have a plan before you go there. Do not beat your wife. Do not beat your dog. Don't beat your cat. Don't beat your fish.
Don't beat anybody.
Don't beat anybody. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive and drink. Okay. And when I say don't drive and drink or don't drink and drive, I'm talking about even if you're in the passenger seat. Don't even drink. Don't even drink. But make sure that you have a plan to come home, and just stay safe out there, everybody. And one last thing, if you're going to go drinking, make sure you have a battle buddy. Make sure you have a battle buddy, and we'll see you guys here next Friday. If everything goes well, next Friday we'll be talking with Jason Vest. He is a veteran comedian, funny guy, very funny guy.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
with that being said, everybody, we're going to go ahead and tune out. I want to, first of all, thank DSI for putting us up in this fantastic environment, and thanks to them. They do what they do because it's a hard job. Me and Amber can attest. So, is that, ladies and gentlemen? We're not here for us. We're here for you. And everybody said, giving
our veterans a voice. Bye, everybody. Have a blessed day and do something good to change the world for the better.
There you go. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
and all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.